Jane Fonda has met and worked with a lot of fellow celebs over the decades, but which superstar does she regret not sleeping with? After a long, iconic career, it's time to find out the truth. In the 1950s, Jane Fonda studied acting at the famed Lee Strasberg School, and one of her classmates was none other than the legendary Marilyn Monroe. And while the two actors never worked together professionally, they did strike up a friendship. As Fonda recalled to the New York Times in 2020, "I think she liked me because she sensed my insecurities and she was drawn to vulnerable things." Throughout the 50s, Monroe's career really took off with roles in iconic films like Gentlemen Prefer Blondes and How to Marry a Millionaire. So it was certainly interesting for Fonda to be friends with someone ascending to that level of stardom. On one occasion, she noticed Monroe walk into a party, and the men who were there began to shake. However, Monroe was apparently only interested in talking to Fonda, and it sounds like Fonda was happy for the company, as she gushed. There was a glow coming out of her that was unbelievable. Jane Fonda may not strike you as the type of person who would get plastic surgery, but she actually has had several procedures done. She wrote a book about aging, after all, so she's always felt that it was important to be open about this aspect of her life. As it turns out, she hadn't always planned on getting plastic surgery, as she even once made a vow with a friend to never get anything done. But now she's okay with admitting that she lied.
I do feel like I look more like how I feel inside, and that makes me feel good.
For Fonda, getting plastic surgery wasn't about looking better. It was more about looking more like herself. As she explained during a 2011 interview on The Diane Rehm Show, she made the decision to get surgery when she realized that she no longer recognized her own reflection. Even though Fonda is happy with her procedures, her days of going under the knife are over. As she told Elle Canada in 2020, "There isn't going to be any more plastic surgery. I'm not going to cut myself up anymore. I have to work every day to be self-accepting." It's well known that Jane Fonda is a proud activist, but did you know that she also promotes CBD? In a 2021 interview with Forbes, she revealed that she had smoked pot in the past, but that experience wasn't exactly pleasant for her, as she felt paranoid and hungry. However, she eventually changed her opinion, as she explained, "I've never been able to really do anything that I wanted to focus on if I was stoned. Then came along all the scientific approaches to cannabis. And it's really amazing what's happened, the way they've been able to segment out different parts of the weed. It's very impressive." So Fonda eventually began using CBD to help her sleep, and she also uses hemp in her clothes and in her skincare. For her, the appeal isn't just in how versatile and useful CBD is. It's also about how it's produced. As she put it, "It can be a homegrown, local, decentralized product that can be in the control of people who've been marginalized in the past. And that's why I like it." Jane Fonda has a nighttime routine that honestly sounds pretty amazing. As she revealed to Self in 2021, she starts things off by vaping CBD to help her sleep. Then at 6 o'clock p.m., she starts her skincare routine, which consists of putting a rich cream on her legs and arms, washing her face, and putting on tonic, toner, and face spray. And of course, she makes sure to brush her teeth. Then she sometimes uses a CBD oil overnight mask or an anti-wrinkle cream. By 6:30 or 7 o'clock, she's in bed, where she turns on the TV, usually MSNBC. She also loves to stream movies. And then by 9:30 or 10 o'clock, she's asleep, with the help of a weighted blanket. In general, for Fonda, a beauty and self-care routine has always been important. As she explained to Allure, "It's important for people to know that just because you're an activist and a feminist doesn't mean that you can't look good." Furthermore, Fonda's makeup routine has changed as she's gotten older. For one thing, she now has darker circles under her eyes that need extra highlighter. Plus, her lips have become less distinct, so she always uses a lip pencil. For protests, Fonda has a specific routine, which consists of some blush, black liner on her eyes, curling her eyelashes, and black mascara on both the upper and lower lashes. But when she's staying home, she doesn't put in the same effort, as she just puts moisturizer on and skips everything else. In 2010, Jane Fonda revealed that she had undergone surgery for breast cancer, and the experience taught her something about herself.
That was a good test, because I always said I'm not afraid of dying, and I wasn't.
Instead of panicking about the prospect of death, Fonda discovered that she was very calm. And that particular perspective might just have something to do with how she views death as a concept. During a 2021 interview on The Late Show, she explained that she believes that some part of you remains after death. As she put it,
"If people love you, you remain in their memory energetically."
Fonda also noted that she often feels the presence of her father Henry's spirit, so it's no wonder then that she isn't afraid of death. Jane Fonda is perhaps just as famous for her activism as she is for acting. Her fights for justice have made headlines on numerous occasions, and she's no stranger to getting arrested. The first time she got locked up was in 1970, following an anti-Vietnam War protest, and her fist-raised mugshot became an iconic image. In 2020, she was arrested 5 times during protests against the American government's response, or lack thereof, to the climate crisis. During these fights, she rarely gets scared, as she explained to The Guardian in 2020. "I don't know why this is true, but I am very rarely afraid. I've been in all kinds of situations. I've been shot at, I've had bombs dropped on me, but I tend not to be afraid." When it comes to causes that Fonda supports, climate justice is just the tip of the iceberg. She's also been a loyal supporter of the civil rights movement. Back in the 70s, she was even involved with the Black Panthers, as she helped them raise money for bail. As she explained to Interview magazine in 2020, "It became clear to me that members of the Black Panther Party that had been imprisoned were political prisoners. They had not committed crimes, except for the crime of fighting for Black liberation." As for the climate, listening to Swedish activist Greta Thunberg helped Fonda realize the importance of the issue. As she told Interview, "I knew right away that I had to do more than I'd been doing. I've been marching and protesting and driving an electric car, all of that. But I knew that I had to step it up as a celebrity with a platform, and that what I would do is move to DC." Fonda's other causes have included women's rights, LGBTQ+ rights, Native American rights, and pacifism.
Make a stand.
We're taking a stand.
Parenting is never easy, not even for Jane Fonda. She has 3 children, and she has a few regrets about how she raised them. She even wrote a book for teens after reflecting on her own parenting experience. As she admitted to Your Teen magazine, "My childhood didn't teach me how to be a very good parent. Maybe that's one reason why I needed to write the book. I've been studying parenting for almost 20 years." Fonda also admitted that she didn't always communicate as well as she could have. Plus, she was often away from home for work. As she noted, "I hate to think it, but I sort of repeated some of my parents' mistakes." For example, she wished she'd been more open about the human body and sexuality. She also regretted that she didn't instill in her children the meaning of a healthy relationship.
And I'm trying to make up for it.
Really? Is there still time to make up for it?
There's always time. It's never too late.
Jane Fonda has had her fair share of romantic relationships, which has included 3 marriages. But as of 2022, she's happily single. She's still open to dating though, and she has one specific criterion for any potential new partners: they have to be younger than her. As she confessed to Harper's Bazaar in 2021, "The problem is that, like a man, I would want a younger man. Isn't that awful? It's a thing about skin. I would want a younger man, and I'm too vain." Fonda also admitted that she fantasizes about her perfect dating scenario. As she explained, "I meet a professor or a researcher, somebody in that line who is really capable of loving, of cherishing a woman, so that I could test myself and see if I could show up." We have to applaud Fonda's honesty, as she finally knows exactly what she's looking for. Jane Fonda has lived a rather exciting life, but there was one opportunity that she missed out on that she still thinks about to this day. As it turns out, she once met the late singer-songwriter Marvin Gaye, and she regrets that she didn't sleep with him. At the time, she was married to Tom Hayden, who was running for the Senate, and Fonda was helping by getting musicians to support him. As she recalled during a 2021 appearance on The Ellen DeGeneres Show, "Marvin asked to meet with me, so I did in a bar. We had a long talk, and it was clear it could have happened if I'd wanted." Fonda ultimately decided not to sleep with Gaye because she was married, but this moment still lingers in her mind. As she gushed, "He's so beautiful and his music so beautiful." In 1981, Jane Fonda starred in On Golden Pond alongside her father Henry and silver screen legend Katherine Hepburn. Alas, the younger Fonda got a pretty frosty reception from her co-star. As she recalled during an interview with Marlo Thomas, the first thing she said to me was, "I don't like you." Apparently, Hepburn didn't appreciate the fact that Fonda was married and had children, as she thought that would get in the way of her craft. Nevertheless, Hepburn still managed to impart her wisdom to her co-star. As Fonda put it, "She had a greatness about her and she taught me a lot." For one thing, Hepburn made Fonda do a backflip into the lake for one scene, even though Fonda had initially wanted to use a body double. After a month of rehearsals, Fonda finally managed to do the flip, which was enough to earn Hepburn's respect.
I did it! Good for you!
Jane Fonda just seems to get better and better with age, and that probably has something to do with the fact that she's completely embraced the aging process. During a 2021 interview with Ellen DeGeneres, Fonda revealed how happy she was to have finally embraced her natural gray hair. As she put it, "Enough already, with so much time wasted, so much money spent, so many chemicals, I'm through with that." Fonda also opened up about the aging process in an interview with Amanda de Cadenet, as she admitted, "It's been easier for me than most. I was never a great beauty. I was never a pinup."
I never felt that I had any kind of image to uphold.
Nevertheless, Fonda sometimes found it hard to accept herself as she aged, because she used to think that she had to be perfect to be loved. But with age came more self-confidence. As she put it, "Whatever is not there physically that used to be there doesn't bother me that much." Clearly, Jane Fonda is someone we can all be inspired by. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite stars are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.